This is the Hot Zone. Engaging with the news in a whole new way, international war correspondent Chuck Holton brings insight into areas of crisis and lets you help those affected.
Hey folks, Chuck Holton here. I just got off about a 13-hour flight from Panama direct to Istanbul, and now I'm in the first-class lounge in the new Istanbul airport. Back in April of this year, they closed down the old Ataturk International Airport that was right in downtown Istanbul on the water. And now that's only, I guess, diplomatic planes and stuff like that. And they opened this absolutely massive new airport that's about 40 miles outside of town. And it's my first time here, and it's actually really, really nice. It's a very nice airport. So I'm just going to turn the camera around and let you see a little bit of what the lounge looks like here. There's about 5 different restaurants in this lounge. All the food is free, that's nice, and drinks and everything as well. There's a place to sleep, there's lots of little sitting areas. I'm in the tea room right now, and anyhow, over you can see through there that there's a bank of televisions, and on those televisions I noticed something interesting. The only news on each one of those screens, there's 9 screens, has a different news channel on there, a different language. But all of them are only giving Turkish approved news. I'm speaking kind of softly here because it is somewhat dangerous to conduct journalism in Turkey. The reason for that is that Turkey has more journalists in prison than any other nation. Since 2016, they have jailed something like 230 journalists. So in this country, you're not really allowed to give the news if it has anything negative about Turkey in it. And of course right now the big news is the invasion that Turkey is conducting into northern Syria. On the news here, they're calling that invasion Operation Peace Spring. Now Peace Spring, it's not spring and it's not peace either. So it's obviously that name was chosen as propaganda, but that's what they're calling it. So what they're showing on the Turkish news here, right over there, is that the Kurds are bombing Turkey and killing lots of civilians. That's the story that's getting out here. Strange that the story everywhere else in the world is just the opposite. And there's been an interesting new development, that is the Syrian forces loyal to Bashar al-Assad, the actual Syrian army, has now come to the defense of the Kurds in the absence of U.S. forces doing anything to help the Kurds. The Syrians are seeing an opportunity there to come in and block the Turkish army and take over this same area. This is the same thing I've been saying is going to happen for a long, long time, that if and when the United States pulls out, it's going to get really dirty and really bloody in this area very quickly, because Syria wants it, Russia wants it, Iran wants it, Turkey wants it, the Kurds want it, everybody wants it, and basically the U.S. doesn't want anybody to have it. But for some reason Donald Trump was convinced that the Turks having it would be better than anyone else, and so he decided to pull out U.S. forces. Now, the really frustrating thing that I heard just now is that as Bashar al-Assad's Syrian forces have come in to help defend the Kurds from the Turks, the Americans, who are in the midst of a pullout, they're still about 1,000 American troops in Syria, but they're in the midst of pulling out. They are sending aircraft and stuff, American aircraft, to bomb Syrian positions, or at least threaten to stop the Syrians from coming to help the Kurds. So what is that about? Well, obviously we don't want the Syrians to have that area, but we should allow the Kurds, who are the most democratic, diverse, peaceful group of people that could have had that area. One of the big reasons that Turkey wants this area, they say they're just clearing out a buffer zone to keep terrorists away from their borders. That's not true. The real reason is that they have over 3 million Syrian refugees inside Turkey, and they want to forcibly relocate those people into this area that they're taking over inside Syria. But those people didn't live there before. So that begs the question of whose houses are they going to be taking over when they move these 2 million or so Syrians into Syria. Well, most likely they're going to be taking over the homes of Druze, Christians, Kurds, Shias, things like that. And that's not good at all. So add that to the problem of ISIS, because ISIS is definitely now back, without a doubt. They are having a field day as they're escaping and reorganizing, and the real concerning thing is that we're seeing not Turkish forces move on the ground into Syria, but Turkish-backed militias, and that is code for former ISIS soldiers. So ISIS is now sweeping back across northern Syria, and they've already murdered journalists and aid workers and things like that, and committed war crimes. That's been verified. So this place needs a lot of prayer. I'm in Turkey for about 15 hours, that's all. So I'm gonna sit here in the lounge and try to get some work done. These televisions back on the wall back behind me keep playing breaking news with a running tally of how many terrorists Turkish forces have killed in northern Syria. Right now it's 550. Interesting that news is all in English. You might wonder who the audience is that they're going for. All right, I'll see you again. I will update you as I can.
The Hot Zone is produced by Amy Holton and Livefire Media. Copyright 2019.